Hello again, I'm Param Singh. Hope everyone is doing well. In the last video, we learned how double backslash can be used to pass a default argument to a function. In this video, we are going to learn keyword lists. It is a list of tuples, and each tuple has two elements, and the first element is an atom. So whenever we have a data structure like this, we are going to call that as a keyword list. So the syntax for the list is square brackets, then we start a tuple. Each tuple has a key value pair. So for the keyword list specifically, the most common usage is to pass arbitrary number of optional arguments to functions. There are some syntax variations that Elixir provides to make using the keyword lists more easy, and let's see what I mean by that. So in the standard syntax, we have this keyword list where the first value is an atom called field and the value is true. The second element is a tuple where the first member is an atom member and the value is false. So this is how you would write a keyword list. But you can remove the curly braces, move this colon from front of the atom to the back of the atom, and then instead of comma, you just do a space and they are comma separated values. So this is more readable as well. So field colon true, member colon false, and this will be converted behind the scenes to this format. So these are equivalent expressions. So these are equivalent expressions, right? Since they are so commonly used to pass optional arguments to a function, Elixir also provides another syntax that makes it even simpler or easier for keyword lists to be consumed. So let's say we have a function that takes some number of arguments, and if the last argument is a keyword list, you can remove the square brackets as well. So this entire field, so field colon true, comma member colon false, this will be taken by Elixir as a keyword list. So few characteristics: these are ordered because they are lists, they are ordered, and then duplicate keys are allowed. Let's design a function where we are going to extend the greeting function that we did in the last video, and in addition to providing a prefix, we also want to provide a suffix as an argument with default values. Here is our function that we have designed earlier, and this is the test file. So what we are saying now is that instead of having this prefix as the only default argument, we want a suffix as well. So we'll first go with changing the spec to be a list of prefix and a string, all right, and suffix as a string. Suffix and a string, and then it will produce a string value for us. So that's the function signature that we are going to use for this function. Instead of prefix, we are going to name this as opts, and the default value will be an empty list. All right, so with that, this is going to be a multi-line blocks. We will go back to the tests, and here we are saying if I give it a prefix of this, then it will produce this function. And let's write another test which will be a 3-argument function. So if let's say I say suffix and say welcome, for example, and just for the sake of change, let's call this person John. So what it should produce is hi John and welcome. So this will be our message. So just going back to our console, and if I run mix test, it's going to complain a lot of things because we have undefined variables and haven't done our implementation. So let's go back to our implementation file, and our first step will be to extract the prefix and suffix, right? So prefix will be, since it is a keyword list, we have a module called keyword, and it has a function called get, which will take the keyword list. In this case, we have the opts, take the name of the keyword that we want, and we want to extract prefix, and we want to provide a default value. So our default value is hello. The next is suffix, right? And here is a suffix, and the default is exclamation mark. And we'll remove this exclamation mark, and we are going to put a suffix instead here. Okay, so we extract the prefix and suffix, and then we use those pieces in our final string. So let's go back and run our test, and our tests pass. So now we know how to pass arbitrary number of default arguments to a function using this data structure called keyword lists.